Alright, what's up, guys? So, in today's episode of Real Paranormal Stories, this is episode 3. I'm going to talk about, so I did ask, in the very first episode of the series, I talked about the only experience I've ever had at school, ever. And I said I was going to ask if anybody that I still talk to and all that stuff, if they've ever had a paranormal experience at school, especially the ones that I went to school with around here. And one of them said yes, they did, yeah, but it wasn't in middle school, it was in high school, which I thought was, wow, because, so Carly went to high school only for half of the semester, and then she had to move. So she wasn't there for the entire year. So I was like, wow, not even half the year you had a parents. So basically, I'm obviously not going to say the school name because I don't want to do that. But it was 9th grade, freshman year, and we had all the classes the same. We had the same class all through the semester, and so basically you have the same classes until the end of January, I think, and then you kind of like switch classes and stuff like that. And I think we would have had classes all the way through high school because we were both pretty much the same GPA all through middle school and all that stuff, and she's still the closest friend I have, and I hope everybody's watching because we gotta have another movie night. I mean, it's Halloween season. We gotta watch something, but So she was, basically there's 3 floors to this school. It's a huge school. You had well over 2,000 enrolled in the school. I think when I was at the school, I think it was 2,100. I think it was, yeah. And most of it was freshmen. So I think of the 2,100, at least 800 to 1,000 of that was freshmen. I mean, it was a lot of people. And the fewest was the seniors. I think there was only like 200 seniors. I think there was. So basically most of our classes took place on the second floor, which was where the cafeteria was. It was on the second floor. Third was where most of the juniors and seniors, and then fourth floor is basically like seniors and like AP and like storage and all that stuff. So she walks out, and you could have pops in the class. You just can't drink anything when there's like a test. It was a weird rule, and you could chew gum too, which is like, it was like a luxury, because in middle school we couldn't do any of that. No pops, no nothing. So she walks out, and she was done basically with her test. So she asked the teacher if I remember she asked for the teacher to see if she could go outside and get a pop. So I was out there already, and I already had a pop, and I walked with her to get a pop, and we both I think got a Mountain Dew. I think it was Code Red, and she says, all right, I have to go to the bathroom real quick. And I said, all right, I'll just take your pop so you don't lose it. So I put the pop next to me, and I waited by the vending machine, because you had the vending machine, you had the doors to go into the cafeteria itself, and then basically right across from the cafeteria was the bathrooms. So she goes into the bathroom, does her business, but what happens after she gets out of the bathroom that is scary. So she gets out of the bathroom, the stall. She closes the door, and she hears someone come in. So she doesn't think much of it at all. But what she said was very weird is that this person was wearing basically clothes that would not be of the dress code. Like, basically, our dress code was basically blue shirt or white shirt or something like that, and then like khaki pants, or basically uniform clothes. But this person was wearing regular everyday clothes, which it was not a day that you could do that. It was just a regular old day. And she thought it was very weird. And this person, or what looked like a person, knocks on her, basically, stall that she's, peeing. And she says, oh, taken. But it keeps on knocking. And she thinks that is very strange. Keeps on knocking. And she says, it's taken. And she yells that. And I heard her yell. I remember hearing her yell that it's taken. And then she gets up, and there's no way it's not possible for someone to get out of the bathroom or go to the next stall this quickly. She can still see this person standing right by the stall. As soon as she opens the door, no one's there. Nobody's there. And she got really scared. She looked in all the stalls. She washed her hands very quickly, and she runs out. And I said, "What's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong? I heard you yelling." And in the cafeterias, you have to go all the way down the hall and turn either the right or the left to get to a class, so no one would hear. And I said, why are you yelling? And then she was like, did you see someone run out here or walk out here or anything like that? And I said, no. She's like, you must have. I said, no. And then she tells what they were wearing. I said, well, that would be impossible because no one's allowed to wear that in the school. And she says, and then she explains what she saw, and I said, that is very scary. That sounds like, I said, it sounds like a intelligent, like, haunt. Because if it was residual, it'd just be like a tape recorder going back and forth. And it would be like that. But intelligent, they want you to know that they're there. And obviously she knew that that person was there. It was scary as hell. And so now we didn't do what we did at the middle school and go to anything. We didn't do that. And that was probably the only time. I'll have to ask her if she had any experiences after that, but it was November, so it was a month before she left, so I highly doubt that she did have one, but maybe she did. So very scary. So next week I already know what I'm going to talk about, so make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys later.